Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'd like to mess around with the Legacy a bit today. Got a few parts for it that I want to install. So if you watched the video a while back where I got the bumper and the hood paint matched, I took a trip to the junkyard and I found a Legacy GT with side skirts and a rear lip. And today I'm finally going to get these test fitted. I'm going to clean these up first though, because they are covered in dirt. I'm gonna pull these tabs out of here because I'm not gonna use those. I'm just gonna be using some double-sided tape instead of drilling holes into my rocker. So I'll just pop those out like that. So unfortunately, the tire shop that I took this to a while ago just jacked my car up straight from the pinch welds and folded them all inward, and now the side skirt will not fit up against it. So what I'm gonna have to do is take some vice grips and bend these all backward. Pinch welds are straight enough now to mount the skirt, but the next thing we need to do is fix this screw right here. These cars come with mud flaps from the factory and I took them off, but the hardware holding them in always gets stuck together and they just spin when you try and take them off. I think what I did was I just cut them off around it, or like used a Dremel or something and just tore them off. But now this bolt is stuck in here, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this off of here. Yeah. Okay, I found a screw to put in there, and I've got the side skirt held up with some jacks for now, make it easier. So we got the front screwed in. There's no screws that hold it into the back right here, but there are underneath. There are various holes like here and so on. The holes are not in my rocker, so I'm gonna have to drill some custom holes through my rocker, which breaks my heart a little bit, but it's alright. So I was looking at the video of when I took these side skirts off to see which hardware it was. I kept all the hardware. It looks like it's these self-tapper things, so I need to drill a hole about yay big through all those mounting points and screw this in. Okay, so I got some double-sided tape from AutoZone, and what I think I'm going to do is cut out little strips and put them right on these tabs where the little plastic pieces went. I can't think of the name right now, but yeah, I'll cut out little strips and put them there, and it should stick on to the rocker panel. I got the surfaces cleaned off, so hopefully this should stick on pretty well, and then I can screw it in with the hardware. And there we go. First side skirt is installed. It looks mint, nice and flush. I have discovered some very unfortunate news. I was trying to match up the rear lip onto the rear bumper, and it turns out this does not fit. The shape of it does not match this bumper whatsoever. I don't know why I thought it would be an exact match. I didn't know that the bumpers were different, but I couldn't have taken it because it was for a sedan, and the sedan trunks are like this and the wagon trunks are like this. So I'm gonna have to find a wagon rear bumper with the lip if I want to run a rear lip on this thing. So that sucks. As you can see, if I try and mount it up here where the body line is, then it's too short to wrap all the way around. And if I wrap it around and it goes to the ends here, then it doesn't match up whatsoever, especially the muffler cutout, not even close. No rear lip today. Let's get the other side skirt thrown on for now. Got the other side skirt installed. Here's the deal though. I want to lower this thing just a little bit more. It is incredibly low as is, but it's just not quite good enough for me. So I'm gonna shoot for maybe a 1/2 inch, which is easy to do on the rear, but not so easy to do on the front. And I'll show you why. So the front coilovers are pretty low as is, but the problem is that the coilover is pretty much touching the axle boot, and if it went any lower it would rip open. That's what happened on the other side. I got to replace that one, so I can't adjust it by moving the coilover down. So what I think I might do, just to lower it a little bit more, is adjust this collet right here and put some more slack in the spring. You're not supposed to do this, but I'm sure just a little bit won't hurt me too much. There it is, 1/2 inch lower. Look how tiny that gap is. This is probably a stupid idea. Now the rears are a lot easier, obviously. Pop it out. The Legacy has been lowered 1/2 inch all the way around, so it is time for the fitment reveal. I'm gonna have to put this thing on blocks all the way around now, which is crazy. Guys, I am so hyped with how this thing turned out. The side skirts and the 5-inch drop was perfect, and we don't have any rubbing issues either. Check out this fitment. It's perfect. Just like a credit card gap in there, but no rubbing. I can't wait to get these things paint matched. It's gonna look so sick. I've really fallen in love with this car so much over the past few months. It's just perfect. All the hard work is paying off. And this is the vision that I had when I first picked this thing up. And it's finally coming together. Check out this Eclipse. Was manual. It's too bad this thing ended up in the junkyard. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in here before. Hard top one at least. Those are some nice wheels. Oh, they're pretty bent up though. Looks like we got a Hawkeye WRX. I was gonna say it had a carbon hood, but it's just a wrap. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not a WRX. It's auto. That looks familiar. Check out that rot going on. That is crazy. Oh my god. That's awful. That's what mine would have looked like by now if I didn't fix them. The Legacy GT is still here with the bumper that I thought was the same, but turns out it wasn't. I wish I could take this so I could run that rear lip, but unfortunately the sedan bumpers are different from the wagon bumpers. We got a manual Forester XT. Quite a rare thing to find in the junkyard. This has actually been here for a while. I took the downpipe from it in a couple videos ago. It's pretty nice. Too bad this thing got junked. Turbo's all broken over here. I don't know what happened to that. The transmission is still there too. Not much else to take from this car, but I was looking at it and I got to thinking, this still has the exhaust system on it. So the muffler all the way down to where the downpipe was, but I got the downpipe, so maybe I should just take the rest of this, because this is pretty much identical to the Legacy, and I really do need a new exhaust for that thing. I was gonna weld together my own, but I think I might just take this. Sweet. I'm picking up this radiator for the Legacy because the one it has sucks and only one of the fans work. Getting new fans, and I took the wiring because I'm sure it's a wiring issue, so we got the pigtails for it. And the overflow tank, I need that too, so I'm just gonna replace the whole radiator and the fans. I also need this cowl seal piece. One's gonna have to sit passenger with me. Here is the original radiator, and here's the Junkyard radiator. Now the reason I got this radiator and the fans and all that is because on this one, this fan works, but this one does not. Also, this radiator leaks, and it's for an automatic. It's not a big deal, but automatic radiators have these little pipes that poke out the side, and this connects to your automatic transmission, and it cools your automatic transmission fluid. Now this one came from a manual car, so it does not have that. Does it matter? No. But I had to justify myself buying this radiator. Figured it would be easier to just replace the whole thing. That car had lower miles too, so. Now the wiring harness that is on this car is not actually the original harness, because this car was originally left-hand drive, and I converted it into a Postal Legacy to make it right-hand drive. I had to swap the wiring harnesses over. Now this Postal Legacy that I swapped it from had 518,000 miles. And a lot of the parts on the car were like jerry-rigged together. One of which being the wiring for this fan here. I don't know what is going on here or what is all over the wires, but it's horrible. It's got like this rubber all over it. I don't know what's wrong with it. So that probably has something to do with why this doesn't work. So I picked up these new radiator fans, and I took the pigtail from the wiring harness on that car. I also needed an overflow tank because I don't have one on here. I'm doing my best to take apart this hack job right here and this weird connector and remember where each wire goes. I really don't know what all this like rubber stuff around here is, but it's pretty bad. I have cleaned up the wiring and installed the new pigtail. That did not solve the issue though. This is from the previous owner of this wiring harness, and they actually wired the fans to work at all times. So when this wire is grounded, the fans turn on. So I was seeing if there was anything wrong with that, and I couldn't find it. And then I came up here, and lo and behold, the fuse was blown. So I replaced the fuse. Just ground this out real quick. And there we go. So now I can put this radiator back. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. And the next video, I'm going to see if we can get this Forester exhaust installed onto the Legacy. It's all there. I think this is like a 3-inch. Not sure what brand it is, but hey, it looks pretty sick. Peace out.